Hi everybody, welcome to my Big Tidy Up. My name's DeDe. Thanks for checking out my channel today. Now today's video, it's going to be just a little bit different than I normally do. Normally I come on here and I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to declutter, clean, organize, do something like that, and I am ready to go. I got my list made and I'm ready to tackle it like my hair's on fire. Well, today I'm just going to be dialing it back a little bit. I'm going to be reining it in because today is a relaxing clean with me. I've been away from my home. I've had responsibilities for my big tidy up. I've been out of town and I am just ready to get my home back in order, and I'm just going to take it slow today and do the things I need to do. But while I'm doing those things, it's time. The Q&A is finally here. Thank you so much for your patience. I am ready to give you all the dirt, and y'all have asked some pretty snoopy questions, but that's okay because I'm snoopy too. So I'm just going to be sharing everything, answering all your questions, and I am ready to get my home in order and let you know a little bit more about me. So without any further ado, let's get this Q&A started. Let's get this relaxing clean with me going, and let's get tidy. Okay, friends, today I'm really going to be focusing on wiping down my counters, dusting, taking care of my floors. Nothing super monumental, but all of these things have been pushed to the back burner since I've been gone and so busy. I am going to go ahead and start this load of laundry so I can get it whipped into shape and not have to worry about it at the end of the day. But the main focus of this video is to answer your questions. Now, I try to do a Q&A maybe once every 6 to 9 months because I know there are new people coming in here that may not know things about me, but I have said this before, I always get the wildest questions. I say everything is fair game, so all questions go. I get personal questions, I get questions about my big tidy up, cleaning, YouTube, and different scenario questions. So I'm just going to jump right in with one of those scenario questions. If you could be any age for the rest of your life, what age would you be? See what I'm talking about? What a crazy question, but it is so intriguing. I would say, I'm going to be 60 my next birthday. And when I get up, things move a little bit slower. So maybe 45. I don't want to go back too far because there's so much wisdom you gain. But if I had to stay the age I am today, that would work for me. I'm all right. I do want to take some time in my kitchen today. I did some dishes by hand last night and I just left them to dry in the top rack of the dishwasher. That's like my favorite hack actually. But before I put this notebook up, it does kind of go with a question that I received from you guys. Now this is the My Big Tidy Up notebook, and the question was, do you remember every video you've made and how do you keep track of them so you don't repeat them? Well, this is just a little notebook that I put together, and I have a calendar and I've got a schedule and a log, and so it kind of helps me keep organized. So I just print off a blank month and then I can tell you every video that I've ever done, and I mark it on this little calendar, and once it's highlighted, like here was my premiere and my very first video. So once it's done, I consider that in the hopper. That means I've uploaded it to YouTube, and that means it's already done or it's ready to air. Now on this page here, it really is a running log, and it tells me when the video was aired, the name of the video, tells me what kind of things I focused on, like decluttering, cleaning hacks, or organizing updates. Then I mark the date when it aired, how long it was. That way I can kind of go back and look and see and say, oh, it's been 6 weeks since I've done this or that. And it kind of keeps my ideas fresh a little bit, and I don't feel like I'm just repeating the same thing. I also have a little page that I jot ideas down when I get an idea for a topic, but this really is my go-to book, and it helps me keep track of everything. Now, can I go look on YouTube and see everything I've done? Sure. Or could I make a spreadsheet? Sure. But I'm just kind of a pen and paper kind of person. I mentioned earlier that drying my hand-washed dishes in my open dishwasher is one of my favorite hacks, and that is really true. It saves me so much time, and speaking of time, it really goes with a question that I got, and the question was, when do you feel the most stressed? And I would say I feel the most stressed when I fear I'm going to be late or I'm running a little bit behind schedule, because really being late is probably my biggest pet peeve. I think time is a precious commodity, and I was just raised that it's not considerate to be late. I know sometimes you can't help it, but when you're constantly late, you're not valuing that other person's time that's waiting on you. So I would say I am most stressed when I fear I'm going to be late. Another question I received was, if you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be? Now, I hope this question asker doesn't mind. I'm going to do 4 words because I think it covers my personality just a little bit better. Number 1, I would say I'm creative. I think that most people that do any kind of social media content are fairly creative. 2, I would say I'm determined. I don't hit the quit button very often. I'm pretty strong. 3, I would say I'm compassionate. I care about people. I care about people's stories. I root for the underdog. I'm the one crying during the Hallmark movies, so I feel like I am compassionate. And I would also say I'm grateful. I am extremely grateful for all of my blessings. I've had some difficult seasons in my life, and life has not always been easy, but I'm still here, and I am grateful for every experience because I know it's made me who I am today. Next question is, I noticed you have board games and puzzles down in your basement cabinet. Which do you like to do better? Now, this is an extremely easy question for me to answer. I love board games. I think they're fun. I am not a puzzle person. I know we have a lot in that cabinet, but those are for my husband. He enjoys puzzles. He finds them relaxing. I find them frustrating. I find them stressful. Not as stressful as being late, mind you, but stressful nonetheless. I feel like I've got the kitchen back in order except for the floors. And you know, this tile really is a blessing and a curse all at the same time, because the blessing is it does hide dirt fairly well, But the curse is you don't realize what's all dropped on the floor because you don't really see it until it's crunching under your feet. Like, what is that? Okay, that's purple onion. And I didn't even realize that was there. So I do want to go ahead and do the floors. And I always like to do them after I do the stainless steel polish in here because there's always just a little bit of overspray that gets on the floor after I clean the dishwasher. And this right here, well, okay, this would be dental floss. We'll just throw that in the trash and then I'll start on the floors. Another question I received was, what is the ultimate goal for your channel? I thought that was kind of a tough question. I would say I do want to keep growing, but having a huge channel has never been my ultimate goal. That's why if you'll notice, I never really ask you to subscribe. I have a creator that I follow, Marina from Fearfully Created, and she doesn't ask anyone to subscribe to her channel either. I just figure if you feel comfortable here, you find a home here, you will. And if you don't, that's okay. I'm just happy you're here. But every time I do a video, I want folks to either get some new ideas, maybe feel encouraged, to have a laugh on me. But, you know, I just want people to feel good after they watch one of my videos. I don't want you to feel like you have to decorate like me or clean like me. I just want people to know they're doing enough. I want you to know that you have a place here and we're all just doing our best. So I guess that's really my ultimate goal, is just to make you feel like you belong here for as long as I'm here. One random question I received was, have you always had long hair? And would you be willing to share a picture of yourself from your childhood? Well, there were a few times in my life that I didn't have long hair. Once was in the 5th grade when I begged my mother to give me a shag haircut. That was not a wise decision. I also had shorter hair when I was pregnant with my youngest son, and since he's 32, it's probably been that long since I've had short hair. And as far as a picture from my childhood, well, here it is. I was 5 years old. Another question I received is really kind of a two-part question. The question was, what is your least favorite and your most favorite part about creating YouTube videos? And actually, they can almost be the same thing at different times, and that's coming up with the ideas. I love coming up with the project I'm going to work on, or like the focus or theme, so to speak, of the video, but that can also be something bad that's not my favorite when I have a hard time thinking of something. Because of other commitments, I really only have 1 or 2 days a week that I can record a video. So let's say the next day is my recording day and I haven't thought of something. That can be my least favorite thing. It can be stressful, but I really do enjoy coming up with ideas, and I get excited thinking, oh, this is going to resonate with some people. But one thing that I can say that is not my favorite thing to do is what I'm doing right now. Voiceovers. Sometimes I feel like I fumble on my words or how I'm intending it to sound to you. It doesn't come out that way. And quite frankly, I'm just not a fan of my voice all the time. But I've always been that way. You know, like when you leave your voicemail on your phone. Hi, you've reached DeDe. I'm unable to take your phone call. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message after the beep, and I'll get back to you. I think I sound funny. Well, I have the kitchen area mopped, but I'm going to go ahead and do the office, the entryway, the powder room, since I have my mop out. Now, this entryway rug I'm putting up, I don't usually keep it out all of the time. Usually during the warmer months, I put it up, and I bring it out during the fall and winter because I want to make the entryway feel a little bit more cozy. I actually had it out longer than I usually do. Now, this next question is from one of our European tidy-uppers. The question is, I noticed in your videos that you use a lot of different cleaning products, and you have mentioned that you enjoy using different products. If you could only have one cleaner for your heavy-duty jobs, what would you pick? And they are right. I definitely like to switch up my cleaning products depending on my mood or what I feel like smelling that day. But I guess if I could only have one thing, I'll just go with good old Pine Sol. It stood the test of time, and I guess I could probably get almost anything clean with it. Here's a question I received. Do you have a bucket list? If so, any items you'd care to share with us? Now, I do have a few things I'd like to do. One of them I think I've mentioned previously, and that is that I would like to take one of those winter sleigh rides that you see in all those beautiful holiday commercials where they're under the blankets and the snow is slightly falling and everybody's drinking cocoa. I believe I've also shared that I think the fantasy would probably be better than the reality since I tend to be cold all the time, but I would love to do that. I would also love to do a fall foliage tour on the East Coast. And I don't know if you would consider this a bucket list item or not, but I guess I'd like to live long enough to see my grandchildren get married. Okay, now this question cracked me up, and this came from the same person that asked me if I could be any age for the rest of my life, what age would I choose? Well, this one is, if you could only wear one color for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Well, I usually like bright colors, but if I had to wear it for the rest of my life, there are probably times like a funeral that it wouldn't be appropriate to wear fuchsia pink, and I wouldn't pick white because I wouldn't want to be making spaghetti sauce in white, and black seems pretty dull for a whole lifetime, so I don't know. I guess navy. I'm going with navy. Now, this next question is about when I do my big tidy ups on the go and I declutter or organize someone's home other than my own. The question is, you've done some on locations. Will there be more? And how do you select them? Yes, there will be more. I sure hope so. I really enjoy doing them, and usually people contact me and share their photos. The one thing I do is I try to go to places that I can really change and improve the day-to-day lives of the folks living there. There are places I could go to that I could go and change things and get a beautifully aesthetically pleasing result, and I love that. That's great too. But I really tend to go to places that I can improve the homeowner's quality of life. It isn't just about it looking lovely, but I want to go to places where I can make their home and life function so much better. So that's really the criteria when I'm looking to head down the road.
Somewhere deep in my mind, see the barbed wire, the place is thrown all Why? 'Cause I don't know if it'll be enough, or if they really care. There's a stairway down for the both of us, but let's not go there.
Now these next questions, the Tidy Upper said, please pick your preference, one or the other. And it's a list of items. So the first, coffee or tea, it would definitely be coffee. Early bird or night owl? Early bird. Introvert or extrovert? And for me, it really depends on the setting, if I'm comfortable in the area I'm at, but probably an extrovert. Netflix or Hulu? For me, there's no competition. It's definitely Netflix. Sweet or salty? Sweet. Comedy or scary movie? Now on this one, it wouldn't matter what's up against scary movie. I'm never going to pick scary movie. I don't like scary movies. But comedy, it would be. Cats or dogs? And you know, I like having my channel and I like having everybody as my friends. So I'm not going to pick that because I know cat people are very cat people and dog people are very dog people. But since I don't have either, I'm just going to pick ducks. I'm sorry, Tidy Upper, I know you told me to pick one or the other, but when I was little, I did have a dog and I did have a cat, so both are fine with me. iPhone or Android? iPhone. Facebook or Insta? And I would have to say Facebook. I feel like more of my tribe and my people are on Facebook, but if you're on Insta and not Facebook, you're still my people too. I love you all. Well, here's my last question for today, and I know there are a couple of questions I didn't get to, and I will add them to the next video, you guys, I promise. If I didn't get to your question today, I promise I will add it. But the last question I'm going to do today was, what do you prefer for organizers? Do you like baskets? Do you like clear containers? Do you like things with lids or without lids? And actually, I like all of those things, but I would have to say my favorite thing that I use the most, that are most versatile, are Lazy Susans. And if you watched my last video, it was a home organization tour. You can see I had them all throughout my home. I use them for medicines. I have them for bathroom cleaning products, bath products by my tub, laundry items, you name it. If it's a Lazy Susan, I'm going to find a way to incorporate it into organizing my home. Well, Tidy Uppers, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned a little bit about me. And I hope also this video gave you a little motivation to do some cleaning in your own home and to remind you that it doesn't have to be this mad dash all of the time. We can just take our time, and what we get done, we get done. I appreciate you joining me. Please take care of yourself. Until I see you in the next one, stay tidy.